We are live. Welcome to Hydro & Co. episode 21, 22,
21 or 22.
21,
Yeah.
21. One of those two. You'll see it in the YouTube title whenever we get there. As you can see, there's only two of us because, we carry the show at this point. So,
We're just a duo at this point.
Yeah. So, but in all seriousness, Mr. Hydro himself got married this past weekend. So,
Congrats to Big Hydro, baby.
yeah,
Let's
congrats
go.
to him. Welcome to adulthood. And then B Rich, his schedule is all fucked up because the holidays are here. So, but hopefully next week we'll be back to normal schedule.
We will see B Rich in the Saturday episode.
Oh yeah. Let's not forget about that. But for today's episode, we're going to discuss some of the games that we saw, looked at, and then we actually have a couple of tier lists we're going to do. We're going to rank some offensive players and give our top tens. So pretty fun show in store. Sad that the other boys had to miss it, but here we are, the two people that don't miss shows. So
nope.
Let's get into it, man. I guess we can start off with the Thursday night game.
Shout out Geno Smith for clutching up $500 for me. By the way, I don't know if anybody's seen that on Twitter.
Yeah, if you follow us on Twitter, Prize Picks lost $500 to this man, to the left or right of me, depending on how we do this later on.
Hey, I called it. I tried to tell him earlier in the day, Geno Smith. I tried to tell him that I liked all the lines, and then it was down to Geno Smith. And just like I called it, he got garbage time yards to hit my bet.
Yep, and I was trying to talk him out of it, but sometimes you hit him, sometimes you don't. So, but talking about this game in particular, I don't think it was as close as like the box score would indicate. It was only an 8-point game, but it never felt like the 49ers were going to lose the game at all. No. They couldn't stop Christian McCaffrey, especially when they needed to. George Kittle went off for 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith had, if I remember correctly, it's been about a couple of days. So, Geno Smith had a lot of trouble getting just passes off because he always had pressure in his face. So, yeah, there's not much you can do if you're Geno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 49ers pretty much had control of the whole game. They were doing whatever they wanted. That play where Brock Purdy pumped a fake to the left, spun, pumped a fake to the right, and then hit Kittle right up the middle for the seam for a touchdown. That play was beautiful.
It was. It definitely was. But yeah, the 49ers moved to 10-4. They're still in play for. Can I get the 1 seed still?
I don't think so.
I think that if they lose, Eagles are 13-1.
If y'all lose out, they win out. Y'all be tied. So who has the tiebreaker between y'all?
I don't know. I'll look at that in a second. We'll get back to it because at the end of this, I'm going to show the standings and whatnot. But 49ers moved 10-4. Seahawks up to 7-7. They actually drop out of the playoffs as it stands right now. Moving on to in my opinion, most exciting game, I guess, depending on how you look at it. The Vikings came back from a 33-0, if I recall correctly, 33-0. They were down 33-0, came back, won it. Largest comeback in the history of the NFL. I want to point out this fact. I don't know the exact number, but I remember Kirk Cousins had over 400 yards in the second half. That's a crazy stat right there.
That is insane. The Colts kind of had a little Josh McDaniels moment in the second half.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. And the the crazy thing about it is, and I preach this all the time, especially at the beginning of the year when the Eagles seem to play like this, is once you get a big lead, you can't completely like park the bus and play like super conservative. It just doesn't work out because once your back starts getting pushed up against the wall, you can't get out of that mindset. And I feel like that's what happened. The Colts got way too conservative. Right before the half, they were cool with a field goal, and they could have had a touchdown if they wanted to go for it. But Jeff Saturday was like, "Hey, we're going to kick the field goal." would want to go to halftime with a 33-0 lead. So you can't do that in the NFL, especially against the Vikings, who I wouldn't say is a great team, but they are a team. So
Yeah, they're solid. I think their record's misleading. I don't think they're as good as 11-3 says, but yeah, they're a good enough team to where if you start playing not to lose rather than playing to win, then you're going to lose because
every
if you
time,
try to play, yeah, if you try to play not to lose, a team with Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson on offense, it's just gonna. If you just play not to lose, they're gonna eat you. They're gonna eat you up. So, and that's what happened.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what happened, and it sucks for them. And this, in all honesty, this is Jess Saturday's career going down the drain because there's no way anybody's going to be able to take him seriously,
Oh yeah,
losing like that. So
he's done.
um,
Any small liver fraction of a chance that he had is gone now. There's no way he'll ever be a head coach again.
yeah,
He might further down the road earn like an assistant spot, but I don't see him being a head coach now at this point. That's just how the NFL is.
yeah. And so I remember, Pat McAfee and them were talking about they wish that more players would jump up the ladder to become head coaches right away. And then, at least I entertain the idea that, hey, that wouldn't be too bad because, like, you get a vocal leader as a head coach, it works out. However, there's still some coaching aspects that you need to have, and some of the players just don't have it. And as you can see, inexperience did, in my opinion, take over, and that's the reason why they blew the lead that they had. But
Right.
moving on to the next game. Oh well, Vikings move on to 11-3. Colts drop to 4-9-1. I think they're somehow still in the playoff hunt because of the
It's because of their division. It's so bad.
yeah
If the Titans lose out and the Jags lose two of their last three, so that means the Jags have to lose their next two before they play the Titans again, and then the Titans lose out. If the Colts win out, if all three of those things happen, then I think the Colts win their division. But
but
they're done.
yeah they're toast. Uh, Moving on to the next game, the Browns beat the Ravens, and I would say a snooze fest. 13-3. Browns went
Yeah,
to 6-8, and Ravens dropped to 9-5.
for sure the least entertaining Saturday game. 100%. Felt like both teams were just trying to sit there and especially the Ravens, like they were just kind of running the ball, running the clock out. And then the Browns, if I remember correctly, they were like trying to do the same thing, except I don't know. It just felt like both teams run, run, run. Let's get this game over with, move on. Which I did tell somebody that at work. Told my friend Logan, who's been on here, that I thought this game would be very, very fast, and it was. This game ended quick.
Yeah. I mean, J.K. Dobbins is playing like, in my opinion, he doesn't look healthy at all, and he's still playing phenomenal. 13 carries, 125 yards. Deshaun Watson's slowly trying to figure out how to play quarterback again. But ultimately, this game was boring,
Yeah.
boring game. Next Saturday night, the last Saturday night game that they had was the Bills versus the Dolphins. Bills beat the Dolphins 32-29. Bills moved 11-3. Dolphins dropped to 8-6, which is weird coming from where they were. I think they were 7-0 as well. So kind of in a rut right now. What happened that game?
Uh, well, I think it was the second quarter.
Mm.
Shout out Bills Mafia for stopping the game for about 5 minutes for throwing
Oh yeah,
snowballs at the
yeah,
players. That was
yeah,
funny. You can see there's a video. Tyreek Hill was going up to catch a touchdown, and there's just like three snowballs just flying by his head.
yeah, yeah. So here's the thing about the Dolphins. I'm gonna go through this real quick. In my opinion, if the Dolphins have a better quarterback, this team is almost unstoppable on offense
Yep.
because, I mean, this is a great team on paper. However, you put Tua in it. I don't think Tua's a great quarterback, or at least he hasn't shown it. Um, but I
Which
mean,
we kind of discussed that a few months ago when we did our contenders pretenders episode. I said I thought the Dolphins as a team were kind of contenders, but Tua just strictly himself is so much of a pretender. Like it's not even funny.
yeah. Um, I mean, just imagine if Josh Allen played for the Dolphins. I mean, even
Oh,
though Josh Allen does,
they'd
yeah,
put up video game numbers with that speed at receiver.
yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen has great weapons, but I mean, just for perspective's sake, just picture Josh Allen on Dolphins. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy, crazy, but it snowed at the end of the game, which is cool because everybody likes watching a game full of snow and watching the Bills fans celebrate by throwing snowballs up in the air was pretty cool. Great atmosphere. I would love to go to Buffalo in December, January, and watch a game because that seems like it's a fun time.
oh yeah, it'd be lit. You'd be freezing your ass off, but it would be lit.
Hey, you drink some beer, you'll be fine. It'll be all good, all gravy,
Yeah,
baby. Um, all right, next game, the Eagles squeaked by the Bears. I wouldn't say squeaked, but we'll say it. Eagles moved to 13-1. Bears dropped to 3-11. We talked about this game on the '81 Super Bowl mixtape, so I won't talk about it too much. But Jalen Hurts had his worst day as a passer, still won. Didn't have much help from the run game besides Jalen Hurts himself. AJ Brown had 9 receptions, 181 yards. Devontae Smith had 100 plus yards. I can't remember the exact number. Um, those two combined for like 90% of the receiving yards. So, I mean, the Eagles seem to win no matter what the circumstances by either running, throwing, defense, whatever it takes to win, and that's what makes them a scary team going down the stretch.
for sure. Bears
Uh,
kind of. I mean, nobody expected them to win, but they kind of solidified themselves as getting a top five pick minimum, no matter what.
yeah, yeah, and we'll talk. We're going to rank quarterbacks later, but I feel like Justin Fields is special in a way, but it's not translating into wins. Which, if you look at it from like a GM perspective, that's not enough. I mean, he's fast. He seems like he can throw a little bit, but he also doesn't have any help. So the off season for the Bears will be interesting.
Yeah, he's got half of his game completely down. He outside of Lamar, he's probably just strictly rushing wise the best rushing quarterback. I'd still give it to Lamar just because he's just so dynamic and can do pretty much anything.
Yeah,
But only thing Fields has left to do, which this is a big step because it's your primary job being a quarterback, is he's just got to be able to consistently be able to put the football in only a spot where his receivers can get it with good ball placement and read defenses and stuff like that. But this is truly his first year starting, so over time, you'd think he'd get better at that, especially getting more chemistry with Mooney and Claypool, which could be a solid 2 and 3. They need that one dude that you can go to. So like 3rd and 8, no, let's just say 4th and 8, game on the line. You got to have first down. There's a solidified dude you're going to. Like when we get in that situation, Devontae Adams getting the football. It's pretty much
yeah,
everybody knows it.
yeah, for sure. But I mean, shout out to them. They definitely played a good game against us. So,
They did.
yeah. Moving on to I feel like another snooze fest of a game. I couldn't watch it. I saw some highlights. The Saints beat the Falcons 21-18. They're both 5-9 now. Um, it was just a battle of two shitty teams in the NFC South, and
Yeah, even leading up to that game, you could probably just guess that that game was going to be boring.
yeah, I mean Desmond Ritter didn't have an inspiring stat line. He threw it for under 100 yards. So Falcons are in a tough spot because they're going to have to get a quarterback. I feel like because I don't know if they trust Desmond Ritter. That sucks because you drafted him with the potential to maybe be a starter later on in his future. But it seems like the Falcons are going to be in all like panic mode this offseason. But those teams sink. We'll move on to a better game, in my opinion. The Lions beat the Jets 20-17. Uh, the Lions are on a 5-game win streak, 6-game win streak, something like that. Or what?
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. They're like the hottest team in football right now.
Yeah, and they'll definitely make a case to sneak in. Let me look at 538 to see their playoff odds real quick. But I mean, this was Zach Wilson's return as a starting quarterback. He completed just over 50% of his passes, if my math adds up, for
Yeah.
317 and 2 touchdowns. But I think he came up short whenever it mattered.
Yep. It Zach Wilson. The problem for me is it's always been whenever I watch him, he just he won't just take what the defense gives him. He just will not check the football down. Like he doesn't realize that hey, I do have this gunslinger mentality, but if I hit the running back or the tight end, two or three times in a row, get a defense to try and bite, that sets up a play action, that sets up a deep pass that I can show off my
Right.
arm. But he just refuses to do it almost whenever I watch him, and he tries to not do the fundamental throw whenever he can or needs to. He tries to like put some mustard on it and like sidearm
Yeah.
it whenever there's nobody near him, and I'm like, bro, just throw the football.
Yeah. And as far as like talent, it's crazy because like gunslingers, there's all you can name hundreds of them that played in the NFL that you could label as like a gunslinger, right? But
Yeah,
the downfall of their career is because they're not taking like the easy things because they want to throw it, they want to rip it, you know. But if a gunslinger can like realize like, hey, I could throw it to my running back who's wide ass open and he could get 5 yards and then get another 5 yards. They're not going to keep on letting you get 5 yards every single play. It's going to
no,
open up so much more. But gunslingers will always have the mentality, hey, I'm going to chuck this fucker deep and have my receiver go get it. It ultimately leads to the big play that you see, but it will also lead to those not top 10 plays too. So,
right. But
but
as for the Lions, again, like I said, they stay hot. They kind of struggled to run the football a little bit as a team. They only averaged
yeah,
3.8 carries, but the Jets are a good defense, so
yeah,
that's kind of expected. Swift was the only one that even averaged over 2.7 a carry. He averaged 6.5, so it looked like it was definitely a DeAndre Swift carrying that backfield. Which
yeah,
he's another one of them like home run hitters. He's always looking to bounce it outside and try to get the. He'd rather try and take the risk to get 20 rather than just taking his 3 or 4. So that
yeah.
probably explains that.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see him also heat up after a couple, weeks of not
Right.
being the guy we know he can be. So um, it's nice, especially now it's getting later in the season. So next game, Steelers and Panthers. Steelers beat the Panthers 24-16. Steelers moved to 6-8. Panthers dropped to 5-9. Didn't watch this game. Do not care about these two teams. They both stink. Uh, I'm gonna move on. I really don't have anything to say about this
Yeah.
game. Um, an exciting game for some. The Jaguars, the hot team, very hot team, beat the Cowboys 40-34. Jaguars move up to 6-8. Cowboys drop to 10-4. This game was awesome to watch as an Eagles fan because I caught the last 10 seconds of the game. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee you were ecstatic.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know what I had to do last week. So as I was turning off the recording because I was streaming on Sunday Ticket on my laptop, I was recording from my laptop. Uh, that game popped up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "They're in overtime," and then I see Dak drop back, throw it to Noah Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and then it looks like a catch, and all of a sudden the ball's just in the air and
I think it was
touchdown.
Rayshon Jenkins. Yeah, took it to the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, and it was inches from the ground too, and he took it. And I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" And I was like, no matter watching the game later on, the Eagles game after that, I was a little stress free. It was a little more stress free. Obviously, I still got pissed off during the game, but it happens. It happens.
Right.
But Trevor Lawrence looked good. ETN had over 100 yards. The Jaguars are very hot, and
They are.
I definitely think they can pull off the run and win the South.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I looked at their schedule and the Titans schedule, and I think they're actually going to do it.
Yep. And it makes sense as far as like the Jaguars are the better team right now than the Titans, and I
They
want
are
them to make it just for entertainment's sake.
right. The Jags are a fun team to watch. They're dynamic, explosive. T Law is developing right in front of our eyes as a top 10 quarterback in my mind, which we'll get in later, like we said. Uh, but they got T Law, ETN, Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram. Like that offense is very fun to watch because it seems like they all like each other. Like I follow T Law and Zay Jones on Instagram, and it seems like they're always together. Like they may live together. Like I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
If they don't live together, they're always at each other's houses because they always are spending time together, just developing chemistry. It's which is why you've seen Zay Jones' emergence over the last few weeks because he's just been a person that T Law trusts and can rely on, and I love it because it helps my fantasy team a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then also he's been throwing to Evan Ingram too. So
Right,
uh,
the double
you know,
stack, baby.
yeah, can't go wrong with that. But final thoughts from that is basically the Jaguars are hot, the Cowboys are not, and it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season turns out for both teams. Uh, Next game on the list, we got the Chiefs against the Texans. Chiefs winning overtime, 30-24. Chiefs moved 11-3. Texans dropped to 1-12-1. Not much to say other than the Texans continue to play teams hard. For what reason? I don't know. You have the number one pick. Just fucking give it up. Lovey, you're not saving your job. Just wrap it up.
Yeah, Chiefs probably should. They definitely should not have been in overtime, but they handled business. I was
Yeah.
rooting for the Texans to pull it off somehow.
Yeah. So, like I said, not much to say about that game. Not much to say about this game either. The Broncos beat the Cardinals 24-15. Snooze fest. Both teams are 4-10. Uh, Jerry Judy had a good game, and so did Latavius Murray. So good job to them.
Right.
Mm. Next game, Raiders beat the Patriots 30-24. Raiders moved to 6-8. Patriots dropped to 7-7 out of the playoff spot. We talked about this more in depth in the 81 Super Bowl mixtape, so we won't talk about it too much. But we cannot not talk about Chandler Jones stiff arming Mac Jones
Stiff
into
arming
the
Mac
dirt.
Jones into the ground, looking like he was
Yeah,
dribbling his head like a
yeah,
basketball.
yeah. And then I will say this: the Keelan Cole touchdown. People are arguing about it, which makes the decision to just say it stands rather than confirmed. It makes it okay because it's a judgment call, and if you call it a touch on the field and you don't have enough evidence to reverse it, that's part of the game.
Right.
I've seen the picture. The picture can be that picture could have taken place like a half second later, where his foot is out of bounds. So there wasn't a good shot, but you gotta take it. That's just the way the game goes.
Right. Something
So
I didn't even talk about how bad I thought Mac Jones played. I didn't even say something about that on the mixtape episode because we just mainly talk about our teams. But anyway, Mac Jones, it was like the first quarter he was bitching and complaining so much to the refs and his own teammates, like getting in their ass pretty much. Whenever he was missing throws left and right, making bad decisions, and then next thing I know, I get at halftime, I get on Twitter and I read a tweet from somebody. It was a former athlete. It's like, why isn't anybody getting on Mac Jones's ass like he gets on everybody else for making bonehead decisions? I mean,
right,
he went 13 for 31 for the game. That's bad with a 12 QBR. Like I don't know, our defense locked him up. I know the Patriots don't have much talent around him, but still.
yeah. And I don't think he's the future of New England.
Yeah, see, I think what we seen last year with Mac Jones as a rookie, I think that's that's kind of like his peak. You know what you're going to get from Mac Jones. You're going to get if you have talent around Mac Jones, the best he's going to be is a game manager, in my opinion.
Yeah, and New England, don't worry, your future is QB2 right now. He'll take over, and you'll be in good
Bailey
hands.
Zapp.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to know more about that game, if you want to hear more about it, check out the mixtape episode.
Yeah,
Next up, the Chargers beat the Titans and pretty much gave the Jaguars a greater chance to take the South. Chargers win 17-14. Chargers moved to 8-6. Titans moved to 7-7. Justin Herbert had, in my opinion, a bad game. 2 interceptions is never going to chalk up a good game in my book. But I mean, Mike Williams, man.
Mike Williams, he individually won the matchup for tag over Cody to win. It was at the buzzer. That was kind of wild. Our first round of fantasy this was like the wildest shit I've ever seen. Cody's and Tag's matchup came down to the wire. Yours and D Hayes came down to the wire, and then Bryce needed 2 points from Alan Lazard to win, and he got 1.7 literally.
Yeah. Bryce was bitching in my ear the whole time we were playing Xbox. He was telling me, but
throw the ball to Lazard.
But real quick, I'll talk about that for a brief second. If AJ Brown would have completed that catch and got a touchdown, and then Aaron Jones didn't fumble and scored a touchdown, I would have been good. But unfortunately, none of those happened, so it is what it is. Going back to that game,
you got your money back.
Yeah, I played for free. So that being said, I think the Chargers moved. Are the Chargers in the playoff hunt now?
Yes, they're the sixth seed. Yeah,
that's the sixth seed. So they're basically pretty much stamping their ticket to the playoffs. Titans are fighting. I didn't watch this game, so I won't have much to say about it. I will, however, have something to say about this game. The Bengals beat the Buccaneers 34-23. Tom Brady's cooked. It wasn't all Tom Brady's fault. It wasn't all Tom Brady's fault.
I didn't get to watch this game. I was watching the Raiders, but
I mean, here's the thing about the Bucs. They're terrible. They're a terrible team, and I think they are getting older, and slower. And I don't think that Todd Bowles is a good coach for them. I don't think he's a good coach at all, like head coach wise. He doesn't seem like he can rally the boys to victory. It seems like he's just quiet and just kind of there and, talking like this all the time. And you're not going to hype up any team. It seems like they're sleepwalking most of the time. And, I mean, that's just the Bucs. And they're going to sneak in the playoffs because they play in a terrible division. And there'll be a first-round exit.
See, I could see that. I could very easily see that. I could see them sneaking in, and I agree. They're a bad team for whatever reason. I could see them sneaking in and probably more than likely playing the Cowboys, and the Cowboys just bring it to them and bounce them first round. Yeah. But the Bucs are also that team to where if they can just find it and click, I don't think anybody would want to see them because of strictly the names on that roster, especially their quarterback. Like the thought of having to play Tom Brady, no matter who his team is or how old he is in the playoffs, just the thought of that is not. You're not going to sit there and jump for joy about it. You're just not going to.
Yeah, and I guess we cannot talk about this game without saying the Bengals are getting hot too. They're a very dangerous team. They're getting, I think, Trey Hendrickson back soon. He was practicing, or at least like he was around the practice area today. He was in the bubble. Joe Burrow, he led a comeback, man.
Yeah, it looked like he lit it up in the second half. I seen a picture. I didn't see the game, but I seen a picture on Twitter where his finger was bleeding, like got cut up or something.
Well, time to get a fucking Band-Aid. And so will we. The next game was a Sunday night game where the Giants beat the Commanders 20-12. Giants went to 8-5-1. Commanders dropped to 7-6-1. I'll talk about this game real quick. Here's the thing: that Terry McLaurin penalty thing, issue, whatever you want to call it, he wasn't lined up again. Like he wasn't lined up properly. You can call it how you want. Sure, the ref probably shouldn't have thrown the flag in that situation, but you can't just let Terry just go like it's like it's fine. It's fine. You can't do that. He's got to know you got to line up on the ball. It's the way you've been taught this your whole life. So it is his fault. The ref was being an asshole, sure, but I mean you got to know the rules. Secondly, I hate it was definitely pass interference. The last play of the game, definitely pass interference. But I hate when people say you can't call that at that point in the game. You're right in a way, but if it's blatant pass interference, you got to call it. If it's like a toss up pass interference, sure, let him play. But if it's like he can't catch the ball because he's being held back, you got to call it.
Which is what happened.
Exactly. So I can understand why people are mad. Like as a ref, you can't be scared to throw that flag there. And here's the best part: you're in Maryland. You got Commanders fans around you. You're not going to boo you. You're not going to get cussed out of the stadium. However, how you played that game that night, you got cussed out of the stadium.
Right. Yeah. If he'd have thrown a flag, everybody would have been cheering as they walked off the field.
Yeah.
If obviously the Commanders would have capitalized and scored, that just because you threw a PI, that still gives the Giants a chance to win. It's not like it's completely over.
Yeah, and then the Commanders also had to get a 2-point conversion.
Right?
Could they do it? Who knows? But Commanders fans, suck it the fuck up. It happens. It's not rigged. There's no way it's going to be rigged. Stop saying it. But Commanders still in the 7th seed. Giants are the 6th seed. The Commanders aren't going to make the playoffs. I'm going to say it now because their schedule. But congrats to them on
Who do they got?
overachieving.
I think it is tough. I think I remember.
They have the 49ers next, I believe. 49ers, the Browns, and Dallas. If they lose to the 49ers, their chances drop to 21%. The Cleveland game's a toss-up, and then it all depends on if Dallas even plays the last game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't. They could very easily lose all the rest of their games.
Yeah, if they're not careful, they should start Carson Wentz. They should start Carson Wentz.
I was going to say that. I know Taylor's a great guy, and the team loves him, but I mean, come on, Carson Wentz is a more talented quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. And Carson Wentz is going to make throws that Taylor Heinicke can't. Taylor Heinicke's always going to be limited because he doesn't have a big arm, and he can't make throws that elite quarterbacks can make. Not calling Carson Wentz elite by any means, but he has an elite arm talent. That's why he was so. That's why he's always trying to. He's always on a team. So
yeah.
But moving on to the last game from last. Or go ahead.
I was going to say he'll continue to be on a team.
Yeah, and teams will take chances on him, hoping that he can play close to what he did in the 2017 season. Last game, a game I didn't care about. I only watched it because of fantasy purposes. The Packers beat the Rams, 24-12. Packers moved to 6 and 8, not eliminated yet. Rams dropped to 4 and 10, eliminated. I think.
They're officially done.
Yeah. Who cares? And I mean, they both stink. They're both not making the playoffs. Baker Mayfield, his magic ran out, I guess. Call more play actions and let him ride, I guess.
I was going to say, if the Packers could win out, I guess they have a small chance to make it at 9 and 8, but they play the Dolphins, Vikings, and Lions. They're not going to win out. They're not winning all three of those.
Yeah. So, but on the screen, I'll show you the playoff standings. Where's my mouse at? Oh, okay. So the Bills have the 1 seed. They hold the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. Bengals, Titans, Ravens, Chargers, Dolphins. Outside looking in, you get the Patriots, the Jets, and Jaguars. Jaguars could easily be the 4th seed, so don't count them out. Raiders are still in it. Browns are still in it somehow. Steelers are still in it somehow. And the Colts are in it because they need a miracle. Yes, they need a miracle. Next up, as you can tell, we're on my account because the Eagles are highlighted. One win gets them the 1 seed in the NFC East. But, however, I did look it up. If the 49ers win out, Eagles lose out, 49ers would get the 1 seed. But the Vikings would have to lose a game as well. Buccaneers 4 seed because of the South. Cowboys clinch their playoff berth. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between these 4 teams right here.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Giants and the Lions.
I think so too.
I think the Lions are going to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Who does Seattle have?
They have a
Seattle
tough
has
schedule.
Chiefs, Jet. Oh God, the Chiefs and the Chiefs, the Jets, and the Rams. That's not something to look forward to
Who
at
the
all.
Lions play?
The Lions, they have yeah, Lions. They have the Panthers, Bears, and Packers.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
That's 3 wins right there.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
Yeah. But any given Sunday, so just because I'm saying 3 wins doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
So shout out to the teams that have been eliminated: the Broncos, the Texans, Cardinals, Rams, and Bears. So that is week. What was it? 15. Time flies. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was week 15. Yeah, right there, right in front of me. Time flies, man. Seems like not too long ago. It was week 1,
I
and it's
know.
sad, 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 sad. But here we are. Playoffs about to start. Most exciting time of the year starts, depending on how you look at it. And the Ravens claim Sammy Watkins. Wow, congrats.
And they put Duvernay on IR.
Tyler Lockett broke a bone.
He broke his finger. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So moving on. That was week 15. Congrats. Clap it up, I guess, for week 15. You don't have to clap. Yeah, small clap. Moving on. We're going to do the tier list. Small disclaimer before we start. The program we use to record these podcasts, Riverside, is hit and miss when it comes to screen recording. So you might not see my screen right now. So if it does cut off, we're sorry. We'll try to fix it. But however, we're hoping for the best. So we're going to start off with quarterbacks. If you want to, give the idea of the list, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're doing is the only reason we have a tier list system up, if you see this, is to rank them in categories first between locks. Pretty much what we're doing is ranking top 10 quarterbacks, then we'll do running backs, then receivers. But before we do that, at the top tier, you see top 10, we're going to put them in categories as locks to be top 10, fringe or arguable to be top 10, the outside looking in, which means kind of like a game manager or a person that is a solid quarterback but doesn't really have any kind of debate whatsoever to even be a top 10 quarterback. Then we have rising stars slash unproven slash hasn't seen enough, and then shitty, the bottom tier, where you're easily replaceable. You're just a bad quarterback.
All right.
And then
And
after we rank them in those 5 tiers, we're going to put them in order across the top of what we can mutually agree on as like a top 10 quarterback. And
right.
this is not solely based off this year, but this year is going to carry some weight. So it's just like kind of like a question of who do we think is better at the sport, kind of like that.
Yep. And for this list specifically, we have all the quarterbacks that are on a team right now. However, we're just going to pick the notable quarterbacks and then go from there. So with that being said, we'll start with Kyler Murray. And if I would, I'd put fringe.
Yeah, he's fringe. He's got an argument.
Yeah. Who do you want to do from here?
Let's do
Ritter.
Ritter, maybe. We could put Desmond Ritter, and rising stars slash just haven't seen. We just haven't seen him enough.
No, we'll put Marcus Mariota in shitty. His career, in my opinion, as a starter, is done.
Yeah, I think so too.
Lamar, what do you think?
I would consider Lamar a lock to be a top 10 quarterback, but we could, if you wanted to put him fringe, we could. But I think he's definitely going to end up as a top 10 quarterback.
We'll go lock for now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. People can move. People can move.
They can move.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's a lock. Yeah, Josh Allen's a lock. In case this screen upload doesn't ever get up here.
We'll put the Panthers whole team in shitty. Actually, fix it.
No.
All shitty.
No. Yeah.
All right. Justin Fields.
He is 100% a rising star. Kind of like what I touched on earlier. This is just no hate. I'm just telling it how I see it. Is he's got the running aspect down. He is an elite rusher of the football. He is. He has just got to get to the point where it's 3-step drop back. It's 1, 2, 3. boom, ball's out of your hands on time, on target. And again, he could get some more help. So next year, if they can go get a wide receiver who's a stud, like a solidified number one, to help him out, that might be the next step he takes.
Right.
But he's a rising star. Great fantasy quarterback because rushing weighs more than passing. Absolutely great fantasy quarterback. Real life, he's still got some things to work on / needs some help.
Joe Burrow, I guess we'll put him in the locks.
Yeah, he's a lock.
Oh, okay.
Deshaun.
All right, relax.
What?
Fringe. Fringe?
Yeah,
Also looking at
Deshaun's a fringe.
Dak. Not top
Fringe.
10. Not my top 10.
He could just be fringe. We'll see. Russ is outside looking in at this point in his career.
He might be shitty.
Dude, I'm not gonna put him there yet, but if he has another horrible year next year like he is this year, yeah, she's ass, shitty, whatever you want to call it.
Jared Goff. We'll go fringe. I think fringe is good.
That's fine.
And he might be top. He might end up being top 10. We'll go there. We'll get there when we get there. Do we put someone else?
No, my mind, I think he's a lock to be a top 10 quarterback.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. Here's how I'm thinking of it. If the playing field's even, everybody has the same team. There's no way I can name 10 guys I'd take to lead my team over Rodgers right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Dougie Davis Mills. Outside looking in. Or Rising Star. Or.
Yeah, I think shitty. I don't
shitty?
think he's very good.
Right,
if he was as good as some people want to say, they wouldn't be 1-13 or whatever they are right now.
Yeah. Matt Ryan's going shitty. You can't blow that. You can't blow that many leads and not be shitty.
No.
Trevor Lawrence. Fringe.
We'll put fringe.
Definitely. Also, I might lose track here because there's so many faces. So, Patty Mahomes is going to go up there.
Walk.
Justin Herbert.
Fringe. But
I was going to say fringe too. So if you think fringe, I'm with you.
Yeah. But I think he's going to end up in the top 10. But we'll get there in a minute.
Baker Mayfield.
Shitty. He's so bad.
All right, so if he
just had a career game, career second half against the Josh McDaniels led Raiders in that game.
Yeah. What's funny is if you look at this, and if the screen recording does show up, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, wait a second. We can't do that. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's Matt Corral. I didn't see that at first. Yeah, he could be a rising star. We hadn't seen anything from him.
Yeah, I think he'll be A-okay. Matthew Stafford. I can't put him as a lock this year. I can't after what I've seen.
He's fringe. I think if he didn't win a Super Bowl, he'd probably be outside looking in. But he does have a Super Bowl, so he's got an argument.
All right.
Fringe.
Okay.
If Stafford,
I didn't know if I was going to have to argue with you.
If Jared Goff's fringe, then DC's definitely fringe.
Can I do something real quick? Can I do that? Because he's not fringe. I would not. There's no way you could tell me he's top, even close top 10.
This is Tua that we're talking about now.
Oh yeah, Tua. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I agree. I don't think there's any way I'd put him in my top 10. So, whatever.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins. He has to be fringe now, right? He has to be fringe.
I'd say fringe, yeah.
Okay.
Who's the Mac Jones? I wouldn't even say he's a rising star. We know what you're going to get from Mac Jones. I'd say he's outside looking in. But
do we do Andy Dalton or James Winston?
Let's do Andy.
Andy? All right. Shitty.
It didn't matter. They're both going to end up
you can go there too.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes shitty, and I don't care what anybody says.
Okay, I didn't want to be rude, but we'll
but you agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's bad.
So we're going to do this. Mike White, I want to put as a rising star.
Rising star, and then Zach Wilson is shitty. Yeah.
I mean, and then we'll put you there as well. We'll put Joe Flacco in shitty as well. Jalen Hurts, depending on how much you want to weigh on this year,
Lock.
we can put him as a lock. I got to scroll up. Sorry, do not look at this. All right. Let's see. Kenny Pickett, rising star, right?
Rising star, yeah.
Okay.
He's shown some good signs. He's shown some bad signs.
All right, Gino. I want to be honest. This is going to hurt some feelings. Outside looking in.
Oh, I agree.
I think he had a magical run.
Yeah. There's no way you could be an NFL quarterback for a decade and finally have one good year and then be a top 10 quarterback. No, that's not how that works.
And let me tell you, it's going to be a mistake if they extend him.
It will be. No, I agree. It will be.
All right, let's see what we got. Hold on. Seahawks, 49ers. Who you want to do?
Brock Purdy.
Okay, we'll do this then.
Rising star,
yeah.
baby.
Trey Lance is shitty. Tom Brady.
We skipped Jimmy G.
Oh, I mean,
he's outside looking in.
Yeah. Tom Brady is also outside looking in my opinion.
I think he's fringe.
All right, that doesn't matter. He's not making top 10. So, Ryan Tannehill, shitty.
I agree. I don't care what his stats say. Like, I know he puts up some decent stats, bro. You watch the Titans play, and you try to tell me how Ryan Tannehill is a good quarterback. To anybody who out there who thinks Ryan Tannehill's decent or solid, I want you to explain to me how.
Yeah, he's not good. Then Taylor Heineke is also shitty, in my opinion. He's not a rising star because he's already reached his ceiling. So
is there anybody we missed down here that's notable enough to go up there? Or are they just all bad? I think the rest of them are bad. Yeah, we ain't got to do the rest of them.
Yeah. All right. So who we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We got 6 locks, so let's rank them first.
So I would put Josh Allen at 1. I'd put Patrick Mahomes at 2. Joe Burrow 3. Aaron Rodgers at 4. I'd put Jalen ahead of Lamar. That might be.
Okay. So you do like that. I would do. Me personally, I'd flip Mahomes and Allen.
Okay. I mean, they're 1A, 1B to me. So
yeah, I'd leave Burrow at 3. I like that. I like Rodgers at 4 still. And then I think Jalen and Lamar's a toss up. But
I think they're also pretty even. They're both similar. So looking at the fringe,
I think because my mindset personally, I tend to lean passing a little bit more than running. So I'd probably actually lean to Jalen over Lamar.
Yep. So looking at the fringe, who are we moving up? Okay. I would say Justin Herbert's want to move up.
Justin Herbert got to move up to 7.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. This is not going to affect the rankings at all.
Here, let's just do it like you do your top 10, and then I'll do mine, and then we can agree on the top tier. Whenever we move them.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You can flip Mahomes and Allen back, and you can do yours.
Yeah. I forgot. We're not. Yeah. We'll agree. We'll agree to the top 10. I want to move people out that aren't in the top 10. I'm gonna eliminate. Okay. I don't think Deshaun's top 10. I don't think Kyler's top 10. I need to eliminate 1, 2, 3. I only have 3. Do we think Tom Brady's top 10?
He's going to be in mine.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and let you know that he's going to be in mine.
I'll give it. So we have 2 more spots left. Who are we knocking out? I'm knocking out Matthew Stafford.
Kurt, Goff. So, honestly, hold on. What do we have? We have 5. We have 8. I'm putting T-Law 9. And then I think this is where it's kind of preference. But I'm taking DC all day. You already know that.
I mean, if I have to as well, I don't disagree with this top 10. I'm okay with this top 10. I think Jared Goff and DC are a toss up based on like this year. Jared Goff's had a pretty good year. So
Yeah.
as far as top 10, my top 10, it
Yeah, you
go ahead.
No, you
All
go
right.
ahead. Go.
All right. So I would do this. I would have actually how we had it. Oh, not you. God bless this website stinks. All right. Here. I would actually do this.
I'm not mad at that at all. I like it.
Maybe a little recency bias with Trevor Lawrence, but
I don't think so, dude. I think he's got every tool in the book. He's tall. He's got a big arm. He can throw it wherever he wants. I mean, he can run a little bit. He can get away from pressure. He's everything you want in a quarterback. He's built just like Herbert. The only thing that separates Herbert and T Law is Herbert gets more hype than T Law.
right. Any changes you'd make? You switch these two.
In case the people can't see the screen recording, Chase's top 10 goes Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Rodgers, Jalen. That's the top 5. And then 6 through 10 goes Lamar, Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Tom Brady, Derek Carr. That's his top 10 in order. Mine would go Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Rodgers, Jalen, Lamar, Herbert, Brady, T-Law, Carr.
So not many differences in ours. No. So, and I wouldn't argue if you gave me your list. I wouldn't argue. I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Which, again, if you can't see it, we were debating between Dak and DC being that last spot, and I think Chase said Goff has an argument, which he does after the year he's playing this year. And in my opinion, Kyler Murray still has an argument to maybe be top 10. Like if somebody were to tell me Kyler Murray was still a top 10 quarterback, I wouldn't argue with him.
Yeah, for sure. There's that. You want to move on to the running backs?
Yeah.
All right. That is not Kenneth Walker. All right, so some of these people are hurt. You want to close our eyes and pretend this is Kenneth Walker?
Sure.
All right. Fringe.
I'd say he's already fringe. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Kenyon, not a yeah. Let's just not a chance. No.
Wait. Oh, that's
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Sure. Not a chance. JT Watt, I don't care what anybody says. People who don't think JT's a top 10 running back just ignore the fact that he was hurt this year and his offensive line had a lot of injuries too.
I want to put ETN as a lock.
Let's put ETN fringe for now, but
all right, okay.
I think he'll end up there.
Okay. Who the fuck is this?
That's J.D. McKissick. Not a chance.
Okay.
Not a chance for either of the Chiefs running backs.
That's James Rob. McKissick's on fire right now, but he's not a chance.
Yeah. J-Rob, not a chance. Burkhead, not a chance. David Johnson, not a chance.
David Johnson. Oh, this is a lock. Aaron Jones is a lock, right?
Sure. Swift, fringe.
Fuck it.
I mean, I haven't really thought about it.
David Montgomery, outside looking in.
Outside looking in. Good.
James Conner.
Conner, outside looking in. Edmonds, not a chance. Elijah Mitchell, not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Ramondre, no, we gotta do this. All right, he's having a great. Okay,
game. That's fine. Ramondre, fringe.
Oh, no shot. Saquon there.
Saquon lock. Pollard, fringe. And it's kind of wild. He's got to be fringe, right?
Who? Miles?
I was talking about Pollard.
The
screen froze. The screen froze for me.
Okay. Oh, is it still frozen?
No, we're good now.
Okay. I think Pollard's actually a lock, but we'll probably move him up in a second.
Yeah. AG outside looking in. He's okay.
Leonard Fournette, I would say outside looking in.
Outside looking in. Kamara. At this point in his career, he's not the old Kamara he used to be, I don't think. So I'd say fringe, but I think he'll probably still end up being in there.
Is this Mark Ingram?
Chance. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who is this defensive tackle looking motherfucker?
Mike Davis. Not a chance. Latavius Murray, not a chance. I love you, buddy, but not a chance.
I don't know who that is, but that's a Bills running back.
That's Devin Singletary, yeah. J.K. Rising Star. We just haven't seen enough.
Joe Mixon.
Fringe.
No shot. We have so many fringe people, but all right.
I think they're all debatable though.
No, you're right. Nick Chubb, block. Najee Harris, shitty.
I think Najee's a bust, dude. He is not efficient at all.
No, that bad. Melvin Ingram.
Melvin
Gordon.
Not a chance. Javonte.
Oh.
I'd say because he tore his ACL, he's still in the Rising Stars category. Yeah. Henry's a lock. That guy's not a chance. Damon Harris is a backup at this point to Ramondre. He's not a chance.
Cordero. Oh,
CP,
man.
Outside looking in. Great football player. I'd take him on my team any day.
We're going up here. Do we consider Austin Eckler a lock?
Real life, no. And I will stand by that. Real life football, which is what we're doing, not fantasy football, he's not a lock to be a top 10 running back. I don't care what anybody says. That's Rashad Penny. Sony Michel, not a chance. Naheem Hines, not a chance. Zach Moss, not a chance. Jamal Williams.
I think he's on the outside looking in.
If he didn't have 11 1-yard touchdowns, he'd be not a chance. But yeah, he could be an outside looking in.
Not a chance.
Is there a washed category?
Yeah. Yeah. AJ Dillon.
Let's okay. Just because of who he is, let's just move him up to outside looking in.
All right.
Dillon.
That's how looking in, right?
Yeah, sure. Dalvin's a lock, in my opinion, still.
Yeah, I think so too.
MC. Outside looking in. He's a great pass catching running back. Ronald Jones, not a chance. The rest of these are not a chance.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, we got 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 7 of them.
That's why I put so many in fringe, because I knew there was going to be like 6 or 7 locks.
I didn't even think about it. This is also, if you can see, this is Kenneth Walker. We're playing pretend right now.
Okay, so let's rank the locks first.
Okay, so I think
the best running back in football is, bro. You could honestly make an argument for any of them besides maybe Cook to be the best.
Yeah. So that's why I was thinking. So I think all around. So if I had to pick, if you gun to the head, I would pick probably Christian McCaffrey because he's also like an elite receiving threat.
Right. I'm fine with it. I think gun to my head, I'd take Nick Chubb. I think Kareem Hunt holds him back. Nick Chubb's been the most efficient runner of the football over the last 3 or 4 years.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either. So
yeah, I'm not mad at CMC at all either.
All right, let's do this for now. I think Jonathan Taylor's probably here.
I think Henry's still 3. Saquon.
I think this would be the way I'd rank them.
Okay, so the way I'd rank them is, so if you can't see, Chase did. Oh wait, we'll wait till the end. We'll wait till the end whenever we have our top 10. But I'd flip Chubb and CMC, and that's all I'd change. I agree with the rest. Maybe flip JT and Saquon personally, but that's a coin flip. So
I would add.
Who's the other 3?
I would add Joe Mixon, Ramondre, and
I agree with Mixon. We can move him up to into the top 10 category.
Here, we'll move. We'll just go ahead and move them all up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this one by one. Kenneth Walker, top 10 or no? Initial reaction.
No, not yet.
All right. I'll start looking at ETN.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I already know which two I want to move up.
All right, who are they?
It's Pollard and Kamara. You disagree? Who you think? Maybe
I don't think Kamara.
Okay, that's fine. I think we should definitely move Pollard up.
Yeah. Zeke holds him back though.
Yep.
If he's a full-time running back, it'd be crazy.
He would be insane. And then Aaron Jones, probably. Miles is having a great year. Shout out Miles. But before this, he was just kind of like, eh.
I think this is how I'd rank them, except for I would probably do this.
I would do, so Chase ranked them, CMC, Chubb, Henry, Jacobs at 4, Saquon 5, JT 6, Dalvin Cook 7, Joe Mixon 8, Aaron Jones 9, Tony Pollard 10. I am going to rank them as Chubb 1, Henry 2, no, Chubb 1, CMC 2, Henry 3, Jacobs 4. I'd go JT 5, Saquon 6. Cook 7, Mixon 8, and then I do think Tony Pollard's better than Aaron Jones.
Who's that? Well, there's our running backs.
One more.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. We'll go through this one rather quickly, because there's gonna be a lot of nod chances. I see one right there. Boom. I see another one. Boom. I see one right there. Yeah, let me go through this real quick.
Would you think it'd be better to just like go tier by tier and just find them? Like, let's just off the top of our heads say the locks.
Yeah, I'm picking out the shitty ones real quick. All right, hold on.
All right, shitty ones we don't even have to put up there.
You're right. So lock.
Tay, Cup, JJ, Diggs, Tyreek. Those 5.
AJ a lock. We're not doing this.
That's fine.
You said who? Diggs?
Yeah, Diggs. I just instantly thought of the top 5. That's all I did.
Gotcha. And who was the other one? Sorry.
Cooper Kupp.
Oh, yeah. Where's he at? Where's the white guy at? Not you. Other white guy. There he is.
Jamar Chase is a lock.
I might fuck this up. Where's Jamar?
Not the bottom row, but the one right above. He's above Amon-Ra, towards the middle.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so how many is that in locks?
That's 7.
7? I think that's good. Okay, so now let's do fringe. That'd be like your CeeDee Lambs, your Terry McLaurins, Keenan Allen, Jalen Waddle.
Sorry, I'm. D-Hop.
D-Hop, yeah, D-Hop.
Is he a lock or fringe?
Let's leave him fringe for now.
All right, DK's a fringe.
DK, Waddle's top right corner. He's a
top right.
He's
right there, yeah.
I think T. Higgins is fringe. He's very good. It just sucks that he's the second receiver on his own team.
Dude, I can't fucking find these people.
He's top row middle.
Top row. Yeah, okay, there he is. I saw him earlier.
Debo's fringe. I think, and Amon-Ra St. Brown has played his way to fringe.
Motherfucker,
bottom
dude.
right. Bottom
okay.
Corner.
Wait, where?
Left
there he is. Yeah.
Okay,
Jesus
so
Christ.
just looking at the other receivers on the board, I don't think you can make an argument for any of the rest being top 10. So
hold on, let's look. Oh, that's Terry, right?
Terry. You forgot Terry.
Chris Godwin. No.
Mike Evans is fringe because he's been so consistent. Second row towards the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if it froze.
Receiver's a very deep position.
Amari?
Yeah, I'd say I didn't even see Amari, so yeah, I'd say he's fringe. I think that's good. Outside looking in is like Smitty, Deontay. In my opinion, I think Deontay's very skilled.
All right. Hold on. We might have to like just skip this part because holy shit.
That's fine. Let's.
All right.
We got to the point.
All right. Man, there's so many faces, dude. Oh man.
Okay.
Mike. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna do this. He's good at one thing. He's elite at it.
Okay. So we got 7 locks. So we got to mutually agree on the next 3.
Uh, uh, uh,
I'd
I
say
think.
CD. CD is the first name that came to my head.
Ah, I think.
Terry.
Here's my 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
whoa,
Go ahead.
whoa! I have 2 people. I have 2 people that I think, and it's not either one of them. I got D Hop, and I'm gonna say DK.
You need one more.
Looking at the lineup, T Higgins. I think he is. I think he is one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Okay, so let's move the locks up to the top 10 spot.
All right. So the locks
Yeah.
are or we got Adams, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, and Jamar Chase.
Okay, so I agree with you for D Hop. You can go ahead and move him up.
All right.
The next 3 that come to my head specifically that are arguable for those last 2 spots, in my opinion, are Debo because of the year he had last year, Terry and CD, maybe DK, maybe Waddle. I think those 5 are your 2 that you're arguing about. I've loved T. Higgins. I agree with you. I think he's a very good receiver. I just think he gets held back from what he can actually showcase just because of Jamar Chase.
No, for sure. I hate CD, so I'm not going to pick him. But I mean, if you think he's in there,
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with him not being in there now that I've seen some names.
All right,
I think
so
Debo definitely needs to be up there in my opinion. That's just me.
okay,
So we can eliminate Mike Williams, Amari Evans. Yeah,
I think Amon Ra too.
Amon Ross. So we're
I'll, well,
the last 2 spots were between these 3.
we got one.
Wait,
We got one spot.
one more spot between CD, DK, and Terry. And in my opinion, this is a good 3 to debate because I think they're all interchangeable. Who do you think?
I think it comes down to DK or Terry.
Okay, I like Terry out of the 3.
All right, so
thinking of it,
we'll put Terry up there just because we both mutually agreed on that one.
I think he's definitely 10 though. I don't think we can rank these dudes without Terry being number 10.
All right, so I'm gonna rank them like this. I wish he had a better year this year.
Who?
I wish he had a better quarterback. My apologies.
Oh hell.
Nice. Ooh. This.
What? Okay. This is your order, not mine. I'll just stop.
All right. No.
You got it set?
I got it set. This is it right here.
Okay, so you can read it.
I got your favorite wide receiver, Devontae Adams. I got Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown, D Hop, Debo, and then Terry McLaurin.
Okay, so Kendall would leave the top 2 where you have it. I'm moving Cooper Kupp all the way to 3. Leave Diggs, that's fine. Tyreek 5. Jamar 6. AJ Brown, D Hop. That's.
I'll give you my reason why I put AJ ahead. AJ's 25, D Hop's hitting 30, so I think he's on a decline. Plus, AJ's had a phenomenal year.
For the future, I'd definitely take Brown. Right now, I'll still give it to AJ. I think it's very much a debate. D Hop's definitely right after him at 8. Debo 9, Terry 10.
All right. Yep. There we go. Well, there's our top 10 wide receivers. Uh, pretty fun. Pretty fun always to do that.
I think those 1 through 6 that we had, so Tay, Jettas, Cup, Tyreek, Diggs, Jamar, those are your 6 like S tier receivers that could go kind of to an extent any kind of order you wanted.
For sure. For sure. But that just about does it for this episode. This is I think episode 21. I think it's episode 21 because I think we celebrated 20 last episode, but I could be wrong. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure to stay tuned for the Saturday episode as we give our predictions and who knows what game we're going to play next time. So, thank you to anybody who is watching. As always, we appreciate you more than you could ever know. And until next time, go Birds.
No, Raider Nation.
All right.